Hello, epic peoples. Welcome to episode 46. We're back. Um, we didn't mean to take a break. We just did.
That was probably the worst intro we've ever had on the podcast.
Jameis is the
I'm not
goat.
gonna lie.
Let's go.
No. Alright. Welcome back. Episode 46. After a long break, we are back because life has happened. And because of Matt. Matt's the main reason why. And
I,
yeah.
I, I feel I kind of feel like target.
You
I,
should.
I I I didn't do anything.
Alright. Let's just get right into the episode. So we're gonna cover everything that has happened from what was the last one we did? Week 2. We covered week 2, and now we're going into week 6 of the NFL season. We're gonna recap everything that's important. With the number one thing being important is the Philadelphia Eagles are 5-0. Let's go! First time since what is it? 2004. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Riding high with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is taking us to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen. Our defense is top notch. Mr. Big Play Slay is absolutely killing it. Bradbury is also killing it. Hassan Reddick off the edge is killing it. Fletcher
Okay.
Cox
He had
up the
one good game.
middle is killing it. Jordan Davis in the middle is also killing it. Brandon Graham off the side is killing it. We signed a backup kicker because Jake Elliott got injured, and he killed it. We have had an NFC player every single week since week 1. We haven't had a single week in the NFL in which an Eagles player didn't make an NFC Player of the Week. Yes.
Let me do a little. I'm gonna quick recap week 3 for all of us.
Why? That was
Okay.
so long ago now, bro.
I know, but I just want you to like. I'm just gonna. Okay, fine. You know what? Week 3. Who cares about week 3? Eagles won against Carson Wentz. Boo, because can't beat us.
Can't beat us. He wish he was
Okay,
with
okay.
us.
Let's go through it.
As he should.
Saints lost. Jameis Winston injured. Rest. He didn't. Did he play? I don't know. Anyway, Jameis Winston getting
Oh,
well
yeah.
soon. He is not going to play this weekend. Against the Bengals. We're sorry. Jameis is the goat. Maybe not this year. Next year is the one.
He's
The
not going to
Bears
be on
beat
the
the
Saints
Texans
next
after a
year.
comeback, I believe. The Colts beat the Chiefs after a missed field goal by the Chiefs to tie it and go to overtime. The Bills lost to the Dolphins, and everyone got hyped about the Dolphins, but the Bills just missed. Josh Allen missed a touchdown on fourth down. The Lions couldn't beat the Vikings, well, even though they had the most points per they had the highest point average, but they lost. Ravens beat the Patriots because it's the Patriots and it's the Ravens. The Bengals beat the Jets like normal. Titans beat the Raiders, and the Raiders were actually the lowest rated team at 0-3 or 0-4. Like that's crazy. Couldn't be me. 5-0. Eagles beat Carson Wentz. They changed the W to an L. I saw that on the Eagles media. That was awesome.
Why are you going over week 3, bro? This is so
Anyway,
long
okay,
ago.
yeah. Anyway,
Pick it up
anyway.
a bit. Come
Giants
on
four and
now.
one? Question marks. Cowboys 4-1. Weird.
Yep, and that was all week 3. Raiders finally getting their first win. So every single team has at least won a game. The past 2 weeks, Jets have came out of nowhere with very impressive wins, beating the Dolphins and beating the Steelers. The Buccaneers got basically won the game all because of a terrible officiating call, which this is a big problem that we've seen for a couple weeks now in the NFL. Terrible, terrible, terrible officiating. It happened in the Bucks and Falcons game. It happened in the Bills and Steelers game. It happened in the Chiefs and Raiders game. All rough in the passer penalties that were terrible. And then when someone threw Tua to the ground and it was a late hit, they don't call rough in the passer on that. It's like, okay, I think there needs to be a charity called NFL Refs for Vision charity or something, because these guys need glasses or they need some context, bruh, because they ain't seeing clearly.
Mm-mm-mm. Word.
All right, so I think we recapped everything. Rams doing very, very poorly. I did not see that coming. If you saw our playoff prediction video before the season, ooh-wee. Oh, there's a few that so
Especially
far I'm
doozies.
like, oof. Did I say that?
Oh, whoa. Who's last in the NFC East?
Okay,
We
bro.
have a 4-1,
They
four
could
and
still
one,
come
5-0,
back and win the
and a
division,
2.
even though I said the Eagles would win the division and I said the Commanders would come in second.
Okay.
I still think the Commanders could become a playoff team. They just need to get their stuff together. What the big problem is the defense. Do you know what's stupid that the Commanders did? I should have been the GM of the team. Fire Dan Schneider. I know he's going like, I will bring down the NFL if they force
Good.
me to leave the NFL.
If he is
Um,
something, then he should just reveal it. Like, come on.
if
Don't be like, oh, I'll do it. Then just actually do it. Make a
I
change.
if the NFL one day does remove Dan Schneider, then I believe that they should put whoever assumes the role, which it could be Peyton Manning, probably not. It's probably some wealthy billionaire somewhere. Maybe it'll be Matt and I in the future.
I don't want to own
Uh,
the Washington Commanders.
if we had the ability to buy the Commanders, you're telling me you wouldn't
I
want to
would I
do
would
that?
do it, but like if like they're like, hey, any team,
I would be the GM, just because
if
I
they
would
say
make
that
the
or
team.
any other team
Make-
besides the Cowboys, I would choose any other team.
What? You would choose another okay, Bears or Commanders? Which team are you choosing to become the owner of?
Become the owner of like the Bears.
That's what we're talking about, being the owner.
The Bears, dude.
Okay, I'll give you that because Chicago's a big market town. It's not
Big
like a crazy
market.
big market
They have a
town, but
stadium.
it's a
Actually, I think they proposed a new stadium, but
they
whatever.
are doing a new stadium, but the Commanders are also doing a new stadium as well.
The Bears
Uh,
the Bears fans love Justin Fields, so that's
okay, what
free
about
money.
Panthers Commanders?
I'll be a Panther. I'll be the Panthers
Now
owner.
that's where you lose me. I'd rather be the owner of the Commanders than Panthers. I barely see any Panthers fans. Uh,
That's true.
Chargers. I
Chargers.
I mean,
There's no
apparently they have a
fans.
very okay. So here's the thing: everyone says the Chargers have a very low fan base, but whenever I go on Twitter or something, their fan base is just ginormous. It feels like, and then you go like watch one of their games, and it's
All
big.
yellow. Like it's all
Yeah,
yellow and
it's like
blue. It's
all
like, huh?
Chargers. But here's the then you go to like the Rams Super Bowl like parade and nobody showed up. That was the most depressing Super Bowl parade of all time. Bring it back to Philly. We'll get people eating poop off the streets, people jumping off lampposts,
What?
uh the people flipping over cars. I witnessed it.
All that. Oh, that was
Bring it
great.
back. Bring it back. Let's roll. Let's roll. We can do it with Jalen Hurts. All right. So that's your catch up of the week. But what I was
Hey,
saying with the
everyone, no.
Commanders,
We'd like to apologize. If you're still watching at this point, then you deserve an apology.
you deserve an
Hey, man,
apology.
I dropped the ball.
Yes.
I was a bit busy.
Yeah.
I had work.
I
And
had
my
work
work
too, but I
started
was
to
still able
suck
to.
a lot more than usual because they made a change. Um, I will not elaborate anymore.
Okay.
Except I'm sorry, and we will get you your videos back.
Yeah, but yet Matt does not do any editing, nor does he do any uploading. So all the work just falls onto my lap, which I am also very busy.
For the record, he never asked.
What do you mean?
And
I was
everyone,
debating
and everyone,
I was
everyone,
debating starting to do videos without you.
they just text me. Everyone, wait, happy birthday to John.
Yeah.
We missed it. Um,
You were the last person to text me a happy birthday.
dude, I was asleep at like 10 and I woke up at
I'm
6. I
kidding.
texted you.
You weren't. You were actually one of the first.
I texted you at like
'Cause it
6
was like
a.m.
6
dude.
a.m. I was also awake though. Actually,
Yeah.
there was one person that texted me happy birthday before you, but I won't say who that is. Um, and now let's get into our predictions. But what I was saying with the Commanders right before we jump into predictions, they took players that they did not need in this entire past draft. Third round, they take a running back with Brian Robinson, which amazing recovery, by the way. Brian Robinson getting shot,
You
comes
know,
back, and is
he
now
somehow
the
came
leading.
back. He somehow got shot and came back earlier than Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they took a running back when they already had Gibson. It's like running
You
back's
know,
not your
I
number
don't know
one
why
need.
they don't like Gibson. Like, it seems like the entire coaching staff is like, yeah, he's not a running back. Like, he's not a player. He's not a good player. And I'm like,
And
really?
then in the first round, you choose a wide receiver when you already have Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. Don't get me wrong, Jahan Dotson and Wentz have a good connection, and
He
every
needs to get
single
back if
week,
they want to win.
what's that?
He needs to. They need him back.
They do need him back. But wide receiver wasn't their number one issue, although if you watched that Bears Commanders game last night, you certainly would think so because Carson threw so many direct hits on receivers and they just dropped the ball. It was pathetic. And also, that Commanders offensive line is so bad. Carson Wentz is tied for the most sacks in the NFL. Hell, the Eagles got 9 sacks on him. It was just incredible. That offensive line sucks. First round, you should have drafted an offensive lineman. Second round, you probably should have went with a corner. Like, it was so bad. Like, their defense is also not great. The only good part of their defense is the D line, and that is I'm just we're not going to talk about the Commanders because that is they're done for the year. All right, when a when your head coach says something like he did this week, which yeah, he apologized and all that, and Carson's like, it doesn't matter to me, and then they go out and then win the next game. Like, okay, granted, it was to the Bears, all right, which, by the way, at the beginning of the year, I said the Bears would be the worst team in the NFL. I don't think that's the
Well,
case
you're
anymore.
wrong.
I
Currently,
said
it's
they
the
would be one of
Panthers
the
and Raiders
worst. Yeah, the Panthers, yeah, they're definitely probably the worst. And then
and Steelers.
Steelers, yeah. Although Kenny Pickett could turn things around. I think that they
I think
definitely
T.J.
will get
Watt will turn
some.
things around. I
When
saw
is he
his
coming
the record
back?
with him and then the record without him.
Yeah,
It's
they haven't
atrocious.
won a
I don't think they've
game
won.
without him.
Exactly. It's crazy. He is that team.
Yeah,
Not Kenny
honestly.
Pickett. No, whatever they.
All right. Do you want to start choosing games first, or shall I?
We know our record. I think I was beating you.
No, we are actually okay. Well, yeah, I do know the record. So we did the first 2 weeks, and hold on, I
Did we
got it.
predict the third week or no?
We didn't predict the third week. Week 1, I went 1-2. You went 2-1. Week 2, we both went 1-2. So you currently are beating me. With it being
Who knows?
you're 50-50, and I am 2-4.
I'm turning that around.
Meanwhile,
I have one that's pretty big upset. I'm gonna say.
okay, things are getting turned around here though. This is when I make the comeback, and I'm going 3-0 this week. Mark my words.
You want to go first so I don't steal one of yours?
I mean, I can go first. Do you want me to go
Sure.
first? All
Yeah,
right,
go
I'll
ahead.
go first. Jags at Colts. Jags get the win here. They did play poorly last week, lost against the Houston Texans, which is terrible. But the Jags and Dougie P's gonna flip it all around. Dougie P and the Jags, I feel like have a chance to win that division. Colts are looking absolutely abysmal. I know they got basically they're getting all their starters back pretty much, but that team is just terrible. I don't know if Jonathan Taylor's playing this week. Do we know about that? I think he's still questionable. Naheem Hines also questionable. It doesn't matter really, even if they have Jonathan Taylor, because the first time when they faced the Jags shut them out completely, and I think the Jags get the win here going into Indianapolis. Trevor Lawrence and Dougie P, don't prove me wrong, and make Jim Irsay and Matt Ryan cry.
Jonathan Taylor was limited in practice Thursday and Friday. So he's probably gonna be limited if he does play. Uh, okay, whatever. This is Oh,
He doesn't know who
all
to
right.
choose.
Okay, no, I had a couple.
Okay.
I had three, as we usually do. But then you picked the Jaguars, and I thought I was supposed to pick the Colts. And know what? I'm gonna pick the Colts as one of mine.
Wow. So already one of us is gonna have a loss.
Yeah, one of us is gonna have one. I'm gonna pick the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Jacksonville
Well, well,
Jaguars.
well, well.
I think they're 4-0 at home against the Jaguars. The past four games, they're 4-0 at
Well,
home,
yeah, but they
and
also
I
had
think they'll
Carson
keep up that
Wentz.
trend. I think Jonathan Taylor gets not that much action, but I still think Matty. I'm not gonna call Matty Ice because he
Don't
just
call
doesn't
him Matty
deserve it.
Ice. He
He
doesn't
doesn't
deserve a
deserve it.
single nickname. He's been the worst
He has
quarterback
the
in the
most
league.
turnovers in the league.
Do you know
Him
what's
and Baker
funny?
Mayfield are probably the worst right now.
He has 7 interceptions this year. That is the amount of interceptions Carson Wentz had all of last season.
And he has a bunch of fumbles.
Yeah. And all of you guys that were like, we finally have a competent quarterback. Yeah, I'm laughing now. Just like I knew I would. This is why I love having the podcast. Because I make
You can go back and be like,
predictions.
hear this.
And then I am right. Go back to when we announced that Matt Ryan joined the Colts. I told you he's not going to be better than Carson Wentz, and I was right. You guys don't like to believe me, but I am God. I am
Okay.
Dennis Reynolds, and I am the Golden God. No, I'm sorry. All right. So, going on to the next pick. You see, we don't like pick out our games before we do the episode, so I'm shooting from the hip, and I'm choosing the Vikings to beat the Dolphins. Dolphins have a third string QB in with Skylar Thompson, who Matt likes to just call him Skylar because of Breaking Bad.
My name is Skylar White, yo. That's my husband, Walter White, yo.
That's not even what she says. That's what Jesse
It's
says. Or
no,
does she
she
say
says
that later on in the
she
series?
says, and my husband is Walter White, yo.
When does she say that?
Like the third or fourth episode, when she finds out about
Oh,
them.
because she's talking to Jesse.
Watch Breaking Bad. It's the greatest thing since The Wire.
Yeah, I'm still watching it, and I already know so many spoilers, but that hasn't stopped me from continuing to watch the show. Every episode's a complete banger. There's only been one episode in the entire series which I felt has been a filler episode. Although I will say, also Rings of Power, spectacular show. Season finale came out today. I haven't
Did you
watched
watch
it
it?
yet.
Haven't
No,
watched
I
it?
will watch it later today though. Have you
You
been
know,
watching it?
I've not watched it. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight. Why is it getting so much hate? Like, I'm confused.
Because it's going off of the source material of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, but so isn't like the Game of Thrones one, isn't that going off it too? And people are like, "Oh my God, it's so great."
Well, the person that created Game of Thrones is still alive.
Yeah, and
So,
they just shut him out of it.
oh,
They're
did
just like,
they?
"Oh,
I have no
yeah."
idea, like anything Game of
I
Thrones.
get a bunch of like updates because I liked Lord of the Rings. They're like, "You're gonna like Game of Thrones." I'm
Yeah,
like,
I've
not
gotten
the same
that
thing.
too. People are like, "Oh my gosh, these are nerds." Anyway, yes, we are. Vikings,
We are the
Dolphins.
we are football nerds.
We are football nerds. Also, if you're
Oh, what
watching
was
this
that?
podcast, another podcast that we would also recommend is the Kelsey Brothers, New Heights. Awesome podcast. I love those two guys. Both of them
Now,
are awesome.
shout us out.
Yeah, you guys gotta shout us out now.
We shouted you out.
We shouted you out. So obviously we got more. We got bigger publicity than you guys. All right, Travis and
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey. Come on.
We're something.
We'd love
Okay,
to have
so
you 2-1.
for mine,
yeah,
I'm gonna pick the one.
Okay, I didn't get to explain, but go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no, no.
sorry.
I mean, it's
Skyward Thompson.
self-explanatory.
Skyward White, yo.
Just go.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick the New England Patriots to beat the Cleveland Browns away. Bailey Zappi. I loved the pick out of college because I just felt I felt something out of him. I don't know if I said on the podcast. I don't think I can back it up. Which is sad, but I think Bailey Zappi shines and gets the win. And he's probably just a game manager, but I think he does his job, and he gets the Patriots a win. I don't know how Tyrod Taylor's been doing. I don't think good.
I agree. My boy Bailey Zappi, who some of you might not know this, but Bailey Zappi was actually my roommate back at Western Kentucky University. Yeah, we were roommates back in the day. I don't know why I tried to make that up. All right, nah, I never even been to Kentucky.
Have you ever been to Western Kentucky?
I've never been to Western Kentucky. I would think that's in Kentucky. Maybe it's not in Kentucky. Maybe it's in Tennessee. That'd be weird though. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna be choosing the Rams to win at home against the Panthers. Panthers fired Matt Rule this past week on Monday.
Good
So
job.
they also fired the defensive coordinator. So I guess the offensive coordinator is now taking the reins as the interim head coach of the year. And do you know what I'm actually kind of upset about? I think Shane, whatever his name is, Eagles offensive coordinator, I think he's going to become a
Again?
head coach at the
Ooh.
end of this season. He calls the plays for the Eagles. I think he's going to be a head coach. But yeah, I'm taking the Rams to beat the Panthers. Panthers don't even have Baker Mayfield starting. It's going to be PJ Walker, who I believe is a good backup quarterback. He came in a few years ago to beat the Lions and Matt Stafford back when Teddy Bridgewater went down, and he shut them out. And now he was a great player, and I think it was the AAF. And now he's going to be playing
Was
for
the
the
XFL?
Panthers. Was it the XFL? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it was the
Oh, it
XFL.
was the XFL. Okay.
The
Regardless, yeah,
Houston Roughnecks.
I think the Rams are going to win, even though that Cooper Kupp is questionable. Cooper, with or without Cooper Kupp, I think the Rams get the win here, even though Cooper Kupp is really what drives
Cam
this
Akers isn't playing
offense.
either.
I said Baker isn't playing.
Cam Akers. Cam Akers.
Oh, yeah, well, what has he done this season, honestly?
He's out for personal reasons.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope everything's okay with him, though.
So does match him to you?
Yep.
Hey, let Geno cook. Seahawks beating the Rams, beating the Cardinals at home. I'm just, oh, come on, it's going to existence. Deshaun Watson come back? Who cares? Seahawks are winning. Easy dubs. I was gonna do the Giants to beat the Ravens, but I'm like, nah. Geno Smith's cooking. He's got great completion percentage. He's doing well. He's managing the team well. Rashad Penny got out, and that's unfortunate for him. But that gives Keenan Walker a chance to shine, and I think he
Yeah.
takes it and they win.
I agree. I don't think what you said about the Giants being the Ravens is true at all whatsoever. But yeah, Geno Smith has been the best quarterback as he's been.
Just say it, bro.
No, I wasn't gonna say. I wasn't gonna say he's been the best quarterback. I meant to say he's been a good quarterback this year. And what is so surprising about it is I ranked him the worst quarterback when we did our NFL quarterback projections going into the season. Boy, was I wrong about so many things. I had Russell Wilson way too high. I had Geno Smith and Jalen Hurts way too low. I had Dak too high, even though I had him ranked at 17th. His backup Cooper Rush is better than him. Cowboy fans, it's true. He's able to make the offense work better. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You paid Dak too much, you paid Zeke too much, you paid too many people too much. I don't know what to tell you. And yeah, so that's all I gotta say about that.
Tua, I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game.
So the Saints, Jameis Winston has a chance to start this Sunday.
He's not playing.
No pick from you.
He was, and Andy Dalton was announced the starter.
He was.
Yeah,
It's a shame. I would have liked to seen old Jameis come back.
I would have
Give the-
loved to
Give
too.
the Eagles a better draft position. You know.
Nah, we're gonna see him Thursday night though against the Cardinals, and they're gonna win that one. That's gonna be one of my picks if we do it before then, which I doubt we will. But that would be one of my picks because the new Call of Duty comes out, Kyler Murray ain't gonna do well.
That's what my roommate told me. Yeah, that the new Call of Duty's coming out, so Kyler's production's gonna go woo.
Can we just say, Thursday night we had to watch the Commanders at Bears,
Yeah,
but at 4:25, the Bills at Chiefs, probably one of the greatest games going to be this year, is at 4:25.
yeah, it's completely like bogus, bro. And the thing is like I would have honestly preferred to watch them on prime time over the Eagles, even though you all know I'm a diehard Eagles fan.
Yeah,
But
I gotta stay up now.
come on now, that was the best game in NFL history, that playoff game, and we got a rematch of that. I gotta love it. Also, obviously, I'm gonna watch like if they were both prime time and I had to choose like one or the other. Obviously, I'm gonna choose Cowboys and Eagles because I gotta support my team. I support them with anything. Ride or die, Eagles fans.
It's a great game.
Green. And what
It is a
Jason
game.
said on his podcast, saying that the only people that are Eagles fans are people from Philly. Like, no one else in the country supports Eagles fans. It's only people from Philly. And meanwhile, you'll get Cowboys fans, like people from all over the country, like the Cowboys. Because like he said, they're fake fans, like people who like the Lakers. You get Lakers fans all over the country. Like it's the same thing with the Cowboys, but Eagles fans, we have a song, "No One Likes Us and We Don't Care." It's part of the lyrics of that song. I got to hear Jason sing that live in a bar. I was there.
Good for you.
I met Jason Kelsey. That was one
Clap
of the
it
best
up.
days of my life. Meeting that man. I've never. Sorry.
I'm gonna say it. Giants
I've
are gonna beat the
never
Ravens.
met
Watch out.
a better man in my entire life. All right.
You met me.
Yeah, like I said, never met a better man in my entire life. He's done so much for this city, Matt. What have you done for the city of Philadelphia?
Okay. When he retires, give me the center job. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll get thrown by literally.
No, you can't.
any
You can't hit the
defensive
center
lineman.
until I'm up and looking.
So you're just gonna look down the entire time.
I just won't snap it. Beat
They're
that.
just gonna move around you. You're not gonna block anyone.
No, I will. The center, unless there's a blitz, which there often is. There's like 40 or 30% of the time, depending on the team.
Matt is just.
He just
gonna
helps
get-
another person block.
Matt, no.
Unless you're running, and then you're running.
Bro.
I'm not. Okay. Before we go
Quarterback
anywhere,
sneak,
before we, no,
the center is the most important player in that play.
Before we go, I am in zero way, shape, or form saying I'm better than Jason Kelsey in any way. Speaking motivationally, in playing any part of the position, I'm not even saying that I can snap the ball better than him.
Jason
I'm
Kelsey
not even saying I can breathe better than him because I can't. I can't do anything better than him.
Jason Kelsey's the
I'm
best
just
center
saying.
of all time, easily. And I'm not even saying that as an Eagles fan. He's like the amount of snaps he plays. He like is willing to die for the Eagles, and he is an amazing blocker, amazing pass and run blocker, and he's been that for the past decade. He's been all pro. He deserves to be all pro every year. All right, that's the end. People are probably
Jameis is the
this.
GOAT. MVP next season.
No,
Loading.
he's not. Look, you're already abandoning him this year. I'm done. Bro.
What do you mean I'm a bandit? Okay. When is the court? When is no? Maybe he will win MVP. Maybe he'll come back,
No,
average 500 yards and like 7 touchdowns.